Okay, so because it is so hot today, I mean, it's even hot on this sunny part of my mat. We don't have anything that is too jumpy around. It's more focused on strength today. So HIIT strength class. Whoop, whoop. We'll start, as always, with some fascia circles. So starting off with your left leg, just circling through the ankle. Fascia circles are a great way to be kind to your body and wake it up slowly before we start a more strenuous exercise. Then take those circles in the other direction. It is very warm today, so if at any point you need to rest, then feel free to do so. Take those circles into the knee. You don't want anybody passing out today in the heat, so be kind to yourselves. And then take those circles in the other direction. So we gradually work through all the major joints in the body. So after I've had a wobble, the next one is to move into the hip. And then take those in the other direction. Excellent. And then we'll move to the other foot. So ground down through the left foot first, then lift the right leg and start circling through the ankle. A few circles in one direction and then take it the other way. Then working on up into the knee. And in the other direction. And then into the hip. And again, in the other direction. And then bringing both feet to the floor, feet wider than hip width, circling through the hips, really bringing them forward of the legs and taking the bum right back. I'm hot already, we've hardly even moved yet. And then take those circles in the other direction. A couple more. And then bring the hips to stillness, circling through the ribs. So really taking the ribs around the front to the side, around the back to the side. Really trying to get that middle body moving. And then in the other direction. And then a few circles through the shoulders, really squeezing them up to the ears and then down the back. And then the other way, squeezing into the back and then coming forwards. And into the wrists. Cracking and creaking all over the place this morning. Then take those in the other direction. Maybe a few of those with a closed hand. Just stretching into the forearms and the other way. Then into the elbows. And the other way. Then big circles into the shoulders. Really reaching the arms up and back. And then taking that in the other direction. Bringing those arms forwards. Then bringing the arms to stillness down by the side, take the left ear to the left shoulder. Just enjoying the stretch down the right side of the neck. Relaxing the shoulder blades down. And take the chin towards your shoulder and scrape it around the collarbones, rolling the head around the front until you come to the other side. And then take the ear towards the shoulder again, relaxing the shoulders down, feeling the stretch down the left side of the neck. Take the chin back towards the shoulder, scrape it all the way around the collarbones. And then take ear to shoulder. One more in each direction. Take the chin down, scrape it around the front. To the other side, ear to shoulder. And take that chin back towards the collarbones. Scrape it all the way around the front. And then stretch out down the side. Bringing the head up to parallel, turn the head round towards the left. Really looking over that left shoulder. And then back to centre, and then around towards the right, looking over the right shoulder. Back to centre. One more each direction. Round, look over the left. Inhale to centre. Exhale round, look over the right. Inhale to centre. Then interlace the fingers. Take the hands over the back of the head and place the curve of the back of your skull in your palms. Drop your chin down towards the chest and then press your head up into your hands as you apply some gentle pressure downwards with your hands. Really stretching out down the back of the neck. And release those hands off. We'll do 6 block breaths before we start moving the spine in all its possible directions. So inhaling the arms up for 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top. 2, 3, 4. Exhale out. 2, 3, 4. Hold at the bottom. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out, hold. Excellent. Let the breath come back to normal and come down onto your mats into tabletop. So knees underneath the hips, hands slightly forward of the shoulders, a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you take a nice big inhale, let the belly come down, sit bones go up to the ceiling. Press the floor away and gently look up. As you exhale, curl the tailbone under, arch through the back, pull the belly in, drop the head. Inhale as we come down, really pushing the floor away, and then exhale as you go up, pulling the belly in, arching through the back. Inhale as we come down, and then exhale as we go up. Coming back to center. This time, inhale at center, exhale, look around towards one hip, making a C shape with the spine. Inhale back to center, exhale to the other hip. Inhale through center, exhale one way. Inhale through center, exhale the other way. Noticing how much of your hip you can see each side. Inhale through center, exhale one way. Inhale through center, exhale the other way. Come back to center, inhale the arm up towards the ceiling and then bring it through the gap, coming down to the shoulder into a gentle twist. Then take the hand up off of the floor, so the left arm up, wrap it around the back and really open up the top shoulder. Couple of breaths here. Bring the top arm back in front of the face on the mat and push back up into tabletop. Then inhale the left arm up, feed it through the hole and come down onto the left shoulder. Then take the right arm up and wrap it around the back, opening up the top shoulder. Couple of breaths here. Then bring the top arm up and bring that hand back in front of the face on the mat. Push up to tabletop. Then take the hips back into child's pose, reaching your fingers as far forward as you can reach. Head comes down. Take a nice big inhale and on the exhale, really pull the sit bones towards the heels as you stretch the fingers away. On the next inhale, come up. Roll over the knees into hanging cobra. Really stretching the chest forward, pulling the tummy muscles in to protect the back. Exhale, go back towards your child's pose. Inhale, come forwards, roll over into hanging cobra. Exhale, go back into child's pose. One more. Inhale, come forwards into hanging cobra. Stretching that chest forward, pulling those core muscles in, and then exhale, come back into child's pose. You're coming up onto the hands, tuck the toes, and push the hips up into our first down dog of the day. Staying on the tiptoes for the time being, bending the knees a lot. Take the chest towards the thighs. And there's a long line from your wrists up through your elbows, your shoulders, all of your spine, all the way up to your sit bones. And then keeping that long line, then gently pad one heel down to the floor, then the other heel down to the floor. Keeping the knees bent if you need to. Excellent. Then looking forwards, gently tiptoe forwards until we come to the top of our mats. Take a nice big bend in the knees, hanging the upper body over the thighs in forward fold. And then gently roll up, come all the way up to standing. We'll do a couple of basic sun salutations and then we'll start with our HIIT. So inhale, arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with the left leg, step back with the right leg. Bring the knees to the floor, the chest and the chin to the floor, and then sweep forward into cobra. Exhale, come down, tuck the toes. Take the hips back towards the heels and then up into downward facing dog. Float up the left leg, bring it forward, step it behind the left wrist. Bring the right foot forward, step it behind the right wrist. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right leg this time, back it goes. Bend the left leg. Bring the knees to the floor, the chest and the chin to the floor. Sweep forward into cobra. Stretch that chest forward. Exhale back down to the mat, tuck the toes, take the hips back towards the heels and then up into downward facing dog. Float the right leg up behind you, bring it forwards, place it behind the right wrist. Step the left foot forward behind the left wrist. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good stuff. Time for HIIT. Right, the first one today is chair pose. So we've got options, as always. We can either do chair with our feet at hip width or feet together, whatever you find more comfortable. Option one is doing chair twists. So we inhale the arms up, we come down into twist on one side. We inhale the arms up, we come down to a twist on the other side. So chair twists. Option two is we come down into chair, then we do elbow to knee. We come down into chair, elbow to knee. We're not moving fast, we're moving with a lot of control in these movements. So down, elbow to knee. If you want to do more, see how we go, it's very hot. We come down into chair, then we touch hand to foot. Down into chair, touching hand to foot. If we're doing hand to foot, really think about them touching in front of you in the midline. So we're not doing a can-can, we're going straight out in front of us, which takes a lot more control, so you have to pull everything into the midline. So as I said, today is all about strength. So using our core strength to do every single movement with control. So those are your three options. I'll give you some more cues in the first couple of rounds. Obviously we'll do 8 rounds, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So it's up to you which you choose. I'm going to start with chair twists. Okay, so let's go. So inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhale, twist the other way. Inhale up, noisy exhales. Inhale up, noisy exhales. Good. And rest. Round one done. Good stuff. Okay, round two, we're going to do elbow to knee. So down we go, elbow to knee. Down we go, elbow to knee. Down we go, elbow to knee. Doesn't matter if your knees are going forward of your ankles, because a bit of stress on the knees is good. Inhale down, exhale. Noisy exhales, and rest. That's round two done. I'll do another one of those, I think. Okay, next round, let's go. Think about engaging those core muscles and pulling the inner thighs towards one another as you move. And rest. Pulling the inner thighs towards one another will give you more stability in your movement. Okay. Let's go. Good, and rest. Okay, 4 more rounds, that's halfway there already. If you do want to do level 3, hands and feet straight out. Inhale, opposite hand to foot. Touching them directly in front of you. Pulling those core muscles in. Whole movement done with lots of control. Good. And rest. Oh, 3 more rounds to go. Feel free to move however you want to in the rest, whatever your body craves. Next round. Nice deep chairs. Getting right down there. Good. Moving as slow or as fast as you need for your body. And rest. Getting there. Next round. Good. Little bit of tension in the muscles as we move. Helps your control. Also helps your overall flexibility. And rest. Good stuff. Last round. If you haven't already up to level, see if you can up a level for the last round. Last 20 seconds. Good. Keep breathing. Keep moving. Excellent. And rest. Good stuff. Round 1 done. Okay, our pose in between, just to stretch out. Because we were doing so many flexing of the hips, you want a quad stretch. So either one leg, stretching that knee down to the floor, and then tucking the tailbone under to feel the stretch down the front of the leg. And then once you've done one side, do the other side. So stretching that knee down towards the floor, then tucking the tailbone under. Excellent. Okay, the next one is based on Warrior 1. So, Warrior 1. The first option we have is knee dips. So like I said, thinking about strength today. The knee dips, we take the knee down to hover, then straighten that back leg out. Take the knee down to hover, straighten the back leg out. So you want the majority of the movement to be coming from the front leg, the back leg. The front leg tries to stay as still as possible, okay? So what we're not doing is straightening out this leg and coming down. That makes it much easier. Okay, version 2. We come down with our arms up, and then we come to a kick. We land, we dip, then we kick. We land, we dip, we kick. So that's level 2. Level 3, we come to opposites again. So we come down, we dip, we elbow to knee, we fall over. Or we try not to. We land, we dip the knee down, elbow to knee, spot somewhere on the floor so you don't fall over. Makes it much easier. Putting all the core muscles in makes it much easier. So level 3 is we land, we dip, elbow to knee. Everything done with control again. So really firing up the core, squeezing the inner thigh muscles towards one another to give you balance. And paying attention to where you look is also going to help. Okay, we're ready. We're obviously going to do 4 on one leg, 4 on the other leg. So, if we're doing dips, I've got right leg back to start with, dipping that knee down, exhaling the leg straight. Inhale, knee down, exhale it straight. Good little dips. Knee to hover. That's round 1 done already. Okay, if you wanted to do level 2, we bring a knee lift into the equation. So we land, we dip, knee lift. Land, dip, exhale, knee lift. Land, dip, land, dip. Good stuff. land, dip, and rest. Okay, 2 more rounds on this side. So pick your poison. You can do any of these 3 levels, as you know. So if we're doing level 3, we land, we dip, elbow to knee. We land, we dip, elbow to knee. Always pulling that core in, pulling those inner thighs towards one another, giving yourself the best possibility to keep control of the movement. Good, and rest. We have 1 more on this side. So pick whichever one you fancy. Okay, and let's get ready. Moving slower this morning than normal because of the heat. We're doing everything with control. Doing it all with strength. Land, dip, kick. Good. And rest. Okay, that's 4 done on that side. So moving to the other side. Equally, if you want to switch this stuff up, you can. So, to start with, I'm doing dips. With the majority of the movement coming from the back leg. Good. 3 more to go. So if you want to move to kicks, we can. We land, we dip, we kick. Land, dip, kick. Again, all done, she says, with control. And rest. 2 more rounds. Notice whether one side's more wobbly than the other. I'm definitely more wobbly on this side. So dip, kick, land, dip, opposites if you want. Land, dip, opposites if you want. Pulling those core muscles in, engaging those leg muscles. Exhaling on the kick. Good, rest. We are nearly there. Last round, let's go. Land, dip, kick. Land, dip. Keep moving. Yes, done. Well done. Okay, the rest for this one, come down into your mat, into Sphinx. Stretch out the fronts of those legs, stretching out the hip flexors. Just having a moment to yourself. If you need a bit of water, have a bit of water. Good. Okay. So, as I mentioned, today is all about strength. You have options for the next one. We're going to do 4 and 4. So, we either do with your knees back of your hips, 4 rounds of half press ups. In this, we want to really try and engage the core. So all of the movement is only coming from our arms. We don't want any wobbly, weird belly and back things going on. That looked awful when I just looked over to the camera. Okay. Instead, we want a really strong body and all of the movement coming from our arms. Okay? So we do 4 of those. Then we do 4 of our absolute favourites. I'm going to go this way so I'm not so much in the sun. Where we have our hands behind us, we lift our hips, and we do 4 reverse dips. If you really, really hate the look of that, and you'd rather do something different, then you can do a side instead. So this is your other option if you really don't want to do that. is elbow to knee. So you do 4 on one side, 4 on the other side. Those are your options, okay? I'm going to do the tabletop, press-ups and reverse dips, but if you want to do the side curls, you're more than welcome to do so. Depends on what you're focusing on. Bingo wings or waist whipping. Up to you. Okay, let's get ready then. So 4 of whatever you choose, starting with press-ups if you're doing that. Make sure the elbows are going back towards the ribs. Keeping that core pulled in so that your body is really strong. All the movements coming from your arms. Good, and rest. And rest in child's pose, or you can give your arms a little rub if they feel like they need it. You can be seated. Round 2. Elbows coming back down by your sides. If you're doing the side crunches, elbow to knee. So you inhale to stretch out and you exhale to crunch. If you're press-upping, exhale on the up. Good, and rest. 2 more rounds of this first exercise. Really think about engaging the core. Makes the whole exercise much easier in both instances. The stronger your body is, the easier it is for everything else. Keep moving, keep breathing. No, it's temporary. Oh, good. 1 more of this first exercise. Okay, let's go. Keep that core pulled in. Squeeze those inner thighs towards one another to help. Feel the burn. We're nearly there. Excellent, and rest. Okay, we're changing positions this time. So reverse curls, if you're doing reverse. Exhaling on the up. Keep going. Oh, and we're done. Excellent. Obviously, if you're doing the side crunches, make your rest in between whatever you want it to be. And round 2 of this exercise. All the movement coming from the arms. Really pull that core in. And rest. Well done. I'm so glad we didn't do 8 of these. So is everybody else. Okay, round 3. Let's go. Really pressing all those shoulders away. Excellent. Oh, the burn's temporary. It's our last round. You've totally got this. Let's go. Remember, if you're doing the crunches, inhale to extend, exhale crunch. If you're doing reverse push-ups, exhale on the up. Oh, and you're done, well done. Oh, give those arms a good shake off. Maybe stretch them one way. Maybe stretch them the other way. Maybe roll through the shoulders. And then whilst I am explaining the next one, maybe some cow face arms, or just encourage that elbow up, stretch down the back. Do the bind if you want to, it's up to you. Just stretching those arms out. After all that work they just did. Okay, the last one is on the belly. I'm going to give you options again. So, obviously today is about strength. So we can either do 8 belly bonfires, keeping the legs completely relaxed, really thinking about flattening the belly out as much as you can towards the ground. We're not going to be pulling our head up. What we want to be doing is lifting from the chest. So we literally flatten out that belly, lift from the chest. The head stays long, the neck stays long, everything's coming from the chest. Okay, the next option is reverse curls. So arms down by the sides. Really, this is a very, very small movement where you encourage the toes up towards the ceiling, really pulling that lower belly in, exhaling on the up, so we exhale on the exertion. The other option you've got is jackknives, where we have one leg up, one leg down. We bring our Charlie's Angel gun to one side. We switch to the other side. And your last option, we do in Tuesday class a lot, is knees in a tabletop position. You take one foot down to touch, bring it up. You take the other foot down to touch, you bring it up. Then you take both feet down to touch and bring it up. So those are your options, but this time we're not going to switch it up. We're going to do all 8 in the same exercise. So whichever exercise you pick, you stick with it. Told you this one was about strength. So belly bonfire, reverse curls, jackknives, or tabletop dips. Entirely up to you. Okay, or reverse curls. Okay, so we've got a reverse curls. We've got some tabletop dips. Excellent. Right, let's start. So, if you're doing reverse curls, lifting those toes up towards the ceiling. And then keep that going. If we're doing belly bonfire, lift from the chest, exhale on the up. If we're doing, first round's done, rest. You can either hug your knees in or stretch out long on your rest, whatever feels better for you, or maybe circle through the knees. Okay, round 2. If you're doing the tabletop dips, keep your knees up, your shins parallel to the ceiling or the sky, and then slowly dip down with the right leg, then dip down with the left leg, and then dip down with both legs. Really keeping the stomach pulled in and rest. 2 down, 6 to go. Excellent. Next round. Really keeping that stomach engaged, keeping the inner thighs pulling towards one another is also going to help with whichever movement you've chosen. Excellent, and rest. Let's go, next round. If you're doing jackknives, really pull those core muscles in as you're moving from one side to the other side. Your hands go to the side of the raised leg. Inhaling as you switch, exhale to the side. Keep that breath going. Good. Enjoy the rest, even though it's short. Next round. Keep that breath. Loud exhales. Good, and rest. Feel the burn, but know that it's doing you good. Next round. Good stuff, guys, well done. Moving as fast or as slow as you want. Good stuff, and rest. Doing whatever you need to do in the rest. Next round. Keep breathing. Keep that core active, whichever one you're doing. Really pulling that belly in. Pulling those inner thighs towards one another. Excellent, and rest. This is your last round. Last one, then you're done. Last round of all of the rounds, so maximum effort, quick as you can. Keep breathing. Keep the movement strong and focused. Good, and rest. Well done. Either hugging the knees into the chest or stretching out really long, whatever your body feels it needs. Maybe hugging the knees in, massaging through the back. Excellent stuff, guys, well done. Then bringing the arms down by the sides, feet as wide as our yoga mats. Windscreen wiper the legs from one side to the other. Letting the knee fall down onto the mat. Then coming back to center, bring the feet parallel to one another. Take the left leg and the right arm up towards the ceiling. Point through the toes and really stretch the fingers and the toes up towards the ceiling. And then stretch them away from one another. Lowering your arm and your leg until they come down to the mat. And then completely relax them. Letting the foot fall out to the side. Letting the upper arm be completely relaxed. Couple of breaths here. Then bring your arm down by your side. Bring the foot back to the mat. Take the right leg up to the sky. Take the left arm up to the sky. Really stretch the fingers away from the shoulder. Point the toe up towards the ceiling. Engage the arm and the leg. And then gradually stretch them apart from one another. Lowering the arm and the leg down towards the floor. And then when they touch the floor, completely relax those two limbs. Letting the right foot fall out. Letting the left arm be relaxed. And take a few breaths here. And bring the arm back down by the side. Bring the foot back to the mat. Feet hips width apart and feet parallel to one another. Gradually peel your tailbone up off the floor, followed by the rest of your back, bone by bone by bone, until you come up into bridge. Pushing the hips up as high as you can. If it's in your practice to roll over onto your shoulders and take a bind underneath you, then do that. Otherwise, stay on the shoulders. And then really push those hips up. Really squeeze the glutes. Really press the ground away with the feet. Tucking the tailbone under if you can for length in the back. One more breaths here. And releasing the hands, releasing the shoulders. Gently roll the spine back down again. bone by bone by bone by bone, until you come back to bridge. Excellent. Then taking the arms out wide, hug the knees into the chest, roll the knees to the left as you exhale. Inhale them back through center. Keep the shoulders grounded. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. One more each way. Exhale left. Inhale through center. Exhale right. Inhale through center. Then take the legs long. Bring the arms down by the sides. Tuck the shoulders underneath the body. And enjoy a moment in Savasana. Any pain at all in the lower back, bring the feet to the mat and let the knees roll in. Otherwise, keep the legs out long, feet completely relaxed. And enjoy the weight of your body pressing into the mat. Heavy and relaxed, sinking into the mat. Heels, calves, backs of the thighs, glutes, coccyx, middle back, upper back, backs of the hands, forearms, elbows, upper arms, shoulders, back of the head. Heavy and relaxed, pressing into the mat. And gently start to bring the awareness back to the body. Maybe wiggling the fingers and the toes, or circling through the wrists and the ankles. Maybe rolling the head from one side to the other. Move in whichever way your body wants to move. And when you're ready, roll over onto your side, come up to seated, and we'll finish with 3 deep breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And if you want to do lion's breath, then stretch the chest forward and stick the tongue out as far as you can on the exhale. If you want to do Satali breath, because it is so hot, then take your inhale in over a curved tongue. So you poke your tongue out and curl it into a curl. And then you take the tongue back in again for the exhale out through your nose. So those are your options. Okay, let's go. Excellent. Thank you for making the effort and being so awesome to come and practice in this heat. You get a 10 out of 10 and a double high five from me. Hope to see you again on the mat soon.